Hello everyone and welcome to part 16 of my Chimera 2 Let's Play. Today's level will be Floating Islands. Okay, so after the events in Temple of Jean, we finally made our way back to the starting room, and we saw a ritual taking place involving Marco Bartoli and 5 of his henchmen, I believe. Several of his henchmen, I'll just say. The ritual involved him stabbing himself with the Dagger of Jean. So now, we're going to have to try and find him. And this takes us to the Floating Islands. Like I mentioned in the last level, it's really hard to pick between this one and Temple of Jean as being my favorites. I do love this level, though. The atmosphere is so creepy, it's just... like, it's very weird. Like, we're literally on floating islands. Okay, I did not mean to do that, but I can show you this. When you fall down, there is no way back up. She will just die. There is nothing to save her with. So we're going to have to be quite careful. The enemies in this level are what I have been saving the vast majority of my Uzi clips for, and also my grenades if I feel like I can handle with it. For the most part, I will be using Uzis. If they're stationary, like they're... well, you'll see. I haven't actually shown them yet. Okay. So, we are going to go... okay, here is one of the enemies. You can use the M16s. I might actually do it for this because he's quite far away and you can be stationary. These are the enemies. I've always thought these enemies were so cool. They will turn back into a statue and then explode. We're going to be facing quite a lot of those. So we're going to go over here. And we're going to jump on this green slope. And then hopefully... well, thankfully that ledge is there. Okay, we do actually need to get over here because we need this. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. And that is too far away, I believe, to do. You might be able to make it, but it's quite risky, especially since there's literally no way to save her if she falls. There just isn't. So I'm going to go ahead and save again. Okay. So here's another statue guy. And he's going to start turning. Once we get close enough. I believe. Okay. He might not trigger yet because we haven't done a certain thing. But he will start turning. And he will become an enemy. Okay. I'm sure you can see it very faintly, but over there is one of the secrets. But we will get to that pretty shortly. Over here. And then we're going to pull this switch in here. This will open the trapdoor. And we need to have that open because we need in the room. We need what's in there because that will allow us to open a different door. Because that will give us the second one of those slabs. Mystic plaques. Yeah, I refer to them as slabs, I mean mystic plaques. Okay. These are the Shogun statues. And they hurt like crazy. They aside from the final boss, have some of the highest amount of damage they can do to you. So we're going to be using the Uzis a lot. They hurt. Okay. So we got that one. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this secret up here. I should be able to. Be close enough. There we go. So yeah, you want to grab on that, and this will take you up enough to where you can actually try to get this secret. Go ahead and get it, and that will give us the first secret, which is the Jade Dragon. But we're going to need to go in here in this room. When we go in here, the other two will awaken. So we're going to have to be a bit careful. Thankfully, they also give you some ammo if you are low. 2 sets. And this side has flares and a large pack. We're going to need the other Mystic Plaque. So we are going to have to fight one of them, and I believe when we go down, the other one will start one. They hurt like crazy. Okay, I normally would try to fight them up here, but I don't think he's going to give me enough room to. Yeah, so I'll have to fight him on the ground. It's risky because of how much damage he does, but... There we go. Okay, so now we are going to have to go from here to there. So it is possible, but I'm going to kill this one. Actually, no. No. On the right side. There's a spot here we can drop. Over here. I've always thought, when I was younger, that this spot looked like a chessboard. Just because of the checkered pattern. Okay, so that will lower the bridge. And we're going to need that because we need to get over here. Okay, so over here. And then up this slope. We'll save again. And on this. I jumped too early. Okay. I know it's possible, clearly. It might not be. Surely it is, like, right there. There we go. I don't know what was happening there. I don't know if I just timed it too early. I don't think it did. Either way, now we are going to go over here on this platform, and then over here. This level is just so cool. Yeah, it's just like, it's really creepy. It's just out of nowhere. All these statues come to life to try to kill you. It's interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna save again. And we want to make it over here. Okay, so So we're gonna have to kill these, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a small. There we go. I'll go ahead and try and grab this ammo. One set. And then this will give us another set. Thankfully you can pick them up. Okay, so we use the Mystic Plaque. And then we're going to have to use the other one. As soon as we do this, these are going to come alive. Okay, so over here on the right, there's a little cubby hole. We want to go in here because this will take us to the second secret. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and M16 it up. I'm letting the music have a little bit of time. Okay. That's like the first time you ever hear it. But yeah, that will give us the silver or stone dragon, whatever you prefer to call it. And now we are going to go back over here. And there actually is some automatic ammo on this side. Two sets, which is nice. And now we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna save again. And we are gonna go over this. And then jump. And then jump. And then jump. That will make it where we avoid all the boulders. And now there is a small meta pack down there, but I'm not going to bother with it. If you want it, you can go get it. But I don't really want to fool with it. Okay. So we're going to ride this zipline. But we are not going to ride it all the way across. We're going to ride it halfway. And then jump off. Didn't time it right. You want to jump off a bit earlier than you'd think, because she does take a little bit of time to dismount. So you want to do this again. A bit sloppy that time, but yeah, same deal. We're going to ignore the meta pack. Yeah, ride it, but we're going to get off halfway. And you want to do it a little bit earlier than you think. There you go. So now we're on this bridge. And we're going to have to fight some of the Shogun statues. So I want to get the Uzis back out. Fight the first one. Okay, there we go. Thankfully, I got him quick enough to where it didn't matter. We're going to pull this switch. You can fight them, or you can try and do this. It's risky because they can hurt you quite a lot. If you're fast enough, you can't get to them, or they can't get to you. Thankfully, we were fast enough. They will be a problem later, though, if you don't kill them. But that'll be a problem I deal with later. Okay, so up here. And we're gonna go backwards. Would you get up enough? And now we are going to That's fine. That's actually kind of what I intended to do. Okay. The meta pack is down there if you want to get it. I'm not going to bother, because it's just a small. But it is there. So now we are going to go up here. I think I'm on the wrong part. Am I? Yeah, I'm on the wrong part. It's too high up. So up here. And up here. This will take us back across. So now, we will be able to go directly back across. And then we'll be able to ride the zipline again. Because somehow it came back. Okay. So jump. And I'm going to save it again once I get to the zipline. And now we're going to have to ride it again. But because we didn't kill them, they're going to try and attack us while we're going. So make sure you're a little bit careful. Too slow. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save again, just so we don't have to fool with any of that again. And now, I'll go over here. I'm going to go on this block. Okay, we're going to jump and then we're going to jump backwards. That will take us up here. The other method is to, I think you can actually just push it closer to get up here. We'll pull this lever, and that should open a trap door. I believe it opens this. No, it doesn't. Not quite yet. Okay. So I'm going to get the grenades out. I think it's more prone for this. I think it takes, yeah, it takes 3 for those. They are a bit beefier, so that makes sense. Okay. So we're gonna go back down. And we're gonna go over here. I'm going to go down here in the middle. Oh, if I can jump right. Okay. This shouldn't take that long to reproduce. So we didn't do all that much. Okay. There we go. I did use the M16 this time because he was farther away. Okay, so now saved. So I'm gonna go back down here. And what I was trying to do was go down here. Like this. And then jump more towards the middle. And then we're going to pull this. This should open the trapdoor. Yeah, it does. Because we are going to have to go in there. Okay, so back up here. I will say, these last few levels are quite difficult to do with the meta packs, as you can imagine. They're not impossible, clearly, because I have done them, but they're very, very difficult, especially with no meta packs. They're already difficult as is. Okay, I've already saved. I'm going to save again, just to make sure. You can never save too many times in this level, I'm telling you. Okay, so now we are going to go. I'm trying to remember if you did the other, like the trapdoor thing first. Do you? I don't remember. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the trapdoor thing first. Because you do have to do it. There we go. Okay, and then we are going to jump up here. Did it not work? I didn't dive? Should work. It's been a while since I've done this level, even though I love it. The last time I played it was when I did my no meta pack. So it has been a little bit. I'm trying to remember how. I know you're able to. I've done it plenty of times. Okay, I think you have to grab or something. I don't know. There is a way to get there. Okay, you'd think this would kill you, but it doesn't. If you hit your head. Okay, that will open the upper layer. Yeah, it is important that we do that. And this will take us over to where this section was. But that will turn off the blades, that switch. And you definitely want to do that, because there is no way to get across here from this side. I have done it before, like a really long time ago in the past, but it involves eating a lot of metapacks. Okay, yeah, you can't do anything here. Yeah. So you did have to do the trapdoor. I thought for some reason you could do the thing you do up here on this level on the lower one, which you can't. Okay, so we can't go in there yet, but that is where we want to go. So we are going to go jump over here, and we're going to pull this switch. This, now that it's opened, is going to lead us into kind of like a coliseum of sorts, if you could call it that. So we are going to go here, and the best way to go down here is like this and backwards on this side specifically, because it's a little bit high up, and if you're doing no meta packs, you want to take the least amount of damage possible. But we are now going to be facing a different type of one of Marco Bortoli's henchmen. These ones are ranged. They don't have guns. They have throwing knives. And they hurt like crazy. So yeah, normally the way to avoid their knives is to jump sideways. Although I was aimed in a weird way, so I felt nothing. But yeah. of these. I'll go ahead and do a small. Okay. So now he turns back into a statue and blows up. Another one's coming alive. This one. And the other one too, which is not good. You want to be careful because if you're low enough, HP when they attack you, they will shish kebab you with their spears and you'll die. So you want to make sure you have enough health to not have that happen. But they give you quite a lot of Uzi ammo, and they also give you some meta packs and stuff if you're missing them, because you're going to need them. You will. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that switch over there. Well, I should almost save first. And then I'm going to pull the switch. And I'm going to have to get the other guy activated so I can pull his switch. There we go. So now I can pull his switch. I don't remember exactly what his does. Okay, that opens the door to actually get back out. So we are going to go ahead and do that. But first, one of his henchmen. Almost had it perfect. Okay, so he has a large amount of pack and automatic ammo. Oh yeah. Down here, there is some grenades. They're a bit hidden by the shadow, but they are there. Okay, and now... Okay, if you're doing the no meta packs, and you're trying to avoid these statues, because as soon as you open this door, there's going to be 2 statues that come alive and try to attack you. What I did when I did my no meta packs was I opened the door and I get them to activate, and then I run all the way back down so that I can go on that little ledge where that one switch was at, and I stand on top of that and kill them that way. That is the best way to do it. But we don't really necessarily have to care this time because I don't have to worry about not having an attack. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go back up here. And same deal with this. We're going to have to do the thing of flipping in the middle of the air. I may have to cut it out if it takes too long because I don't know why the buttons don't want to work sometimes, but they don't. Because I'm telling you, I press it. It might not seem like it, but I am pressing it. So I believe we can go backwards now. There we go. Thankfully, the spot where you want to be is kind of color-coded because it's a different texture. You can tell by the red-green, darker green texture that that's the level you want to be at. Okay. I don't know, it's very odd. I don't know why it works sometimes. It's very odd. Okay, we're gonna go up here. And we're gonna jump back and forth. We need to get across. There we go. There's the henchman guy. I'm not going to even bother. I'm just using grenades. There we go. So he has some shotgun shells. I'm gonna get those. And over there, in that spot where the gate is, that is the end of the level. But we are not going to do that yet. We are going to go over here. It doesn't matter which side you come down on. Although I do prefer to go to the left when I do this. I'm just kind of used to it over here. And we're going to go over here. And we're going to jump in this little space here. If you're doing it from the right, then you'd go down here from that spot above where Laura's head is pointing. You'd go there, and you go forward, and then you could jump that way. Either way, it leads you over here. We are going to go in here. It's very dark. But over here, and behind this spot where those shoguns were at, this is where you find the golden dragon. And this will give us 8 sets of grenades. So these are also incredibly good to get. It's very much like 2 secret sets together. And they're grenades. So they're very helpful. Well worth the effort. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save again, just in case I were having to screw this up, because you do need to get back. So over here. And then backwards. Try and aim to where she can actually still grab. There we go. Okay, so back in here, and then this will be the end of the level. Alright, so that was Floating Islands. Yeah, I love this level. Like I said plenty of times before, it is hard to pick between this and Temple of Jean as being my favorite, but I love them both. I love this whole set of levels. I love the whole game, really, but this set of levels in particular has really always been my favorite. But yeah, I will see you in the next and final level of Tomb Raider 2, which will be the Dragon's Lair. So I will see you then.